You're listening to the Macks with Sterling and Taylor Mack. Highly opinionated, and you just might learn something. Come on in and enjoy the listen.
Do you tip? Let's first off for to-go. Do you tip on to-goes? And then what is your baseline for when you dine in on how much you tip?
So I think on a to-go order, you tip just a standard $2 to $3, regardless of what it is, because all that happens is a transaction for your food, right? For a meal, I think 18 to 20% is what you should normally do.
Okay.
So if you're with your lady, $100 meal, right? You put a $20 tip. Very simple.
It's hard to get $100 meal when you at the OG Olive Garden. Oh, bring it back to them. All you can eat breadsticks. What you know about it?
Nobody goes there. Who goes there?
Hey, everybody goes to Olive Garden. Shout out to the Olive Garden. But all right, here's my thing. All right, so for takeout, you're saying it's a baseline of $2 to $3.
Yeah, regardless of what. So if your meal is $50, if you buy something for $50, you tip $3.
Why?
I
am walking in. He or she didn't plate that. All they are is just making sure I got the condiments and maybe some utensils for me to eat. I'm just picking it up, walking out the door. Why do I need to tip somebody that didn't give me an actual service of service?
I mean, I'm with you. I just think that's like what is standard today, right? I think that's just people expected, and like you should just I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a great answer, but I think that's standard to tip, regardless of how much you buy on a takeout. You just tip $2 to $3, and if it's more money, $3. If it's like $20, you just tip $2.
Okay, well, all right. Let's give the scale. So, if it's under $10, what are you tipping on takeout? We're gonna go 10, 20, and then 30, and obviously anything 30 above.
To be honest, if it's a $10 takeout, nothing.
Okay, so $10, nothing. $20, what are you tipping?
2.
33, I'm guessing. If we're going off
2.
of that. 30. 2. Okay, so 40.
Yeah, 3.
And then 40. So 40 and above is 3. No higher than 3 for takeout.
I haven't had. Well, I did one time. I ordered like a crab one time. It was like $70. It was really stupid. Anyways, and I tipped like $4.
Did they give you side eye when you tipped it like that?
No, because I mean I literally ordered it on Grubhub, went and picked it up, and so it was already there. But they could see everything. No, they didn't say anything. They just gave me my food. I walked out.
All right, so I've started to, as of late, if it's over 20, I'll drop 2. But I'm mad every single time because I'm just like, I would tip on takeouts and not feel bad about myself if I knew that it was going to the chef. Not anybody else, but just straight back into the kitchen because those are the people that deserve it. If there's anybody that deserves a tip from takeout, it's the chefs. I'll be happy to tip a chef if I know that the food's going to be good.
How do you know it's not?
If I've been there before and I know the food's good, I would love to tip the chef. If I haven't been there before, I wouldn't know. I probably wouldn't tip. But I don't like leaving. I personally don't want to leave a tip on takeout.
I don't like the expectation that you have to. Right?
Neither do I. It's awful. It's awful. And when it comes to takeout and just tipping while I'm sitting at the restaurant, I feel like I have to tip well. I am racially pressured into tipping better because I feel like I'm representing the black culture when I'm tipping.
That's a true statement. That's a very true statement.
And it's frustrating because say like being a black male, I'm sitting down eating and bill's $35 for 2 people or $40 and I tip 15%. Next thing you know, you get up and leave, or as you're walking out, you can get the side eye. And I know in the back of my mind, they're sitting there saying, just like all black people, just they don't like to tip. Because it happens. And those comments are actually made. So I feel pressured racially to make sure that my tip is decent, even if I don't have good service, which is why I hate it. This adds into my fuel for hating tipping. And especially on takeout too, I feel like I get those looks like, I knew this black guy wasn't going to tip me because I have this racial prejudice or a stereotype that I know that African-American people don't be tipping out here like they should be. If flip side, if somebody that's not black comes and does the same thing, they wouldn't think about it. They'd be like, oh, that guy just doesn't tip. So that's why I feel racially pressured about it for tipping 1. 2, takeout. I'm not getting the service for no service anyway, so I shouldn't feel like I need to tip you. 3, when I'm sitting down, why is it now 15% really isn't as good and 20% is like the new bar? Like, you need to be tipping 20% and above for food. And if you don't have the money to come out and pay for a nice meal, then you shouldn't be out dining anyways. I hate that line. That's stupid. They don't even tip in like Europe. Why we should adopt and bring that same thing over here, because the onus isn't on me to pay your bills. The onus is on the restaurant owner and corporations alike to change their business model, but the business model works too well, and the people at the top get fed while the people at the bottom eat crumbs. I'm sorry. Take it up with them. Don't take it out on me. I'm not tipping.
Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't tip at all, but I think if someone...
No, I'm tipping at a normal rate.
Right, I think if someone's just like there, like there's no reason to like tip extravagantly. Like if they're, but it's also like, so I saw this, and of course it was on Facebook, right? It was like one of those, just you could tell they were at like, I don't know, man. They're probably at, let's say they were at Olive Garden. They put $5 down on the table, and then every time something like didn't go correctly, they took $1 away, and that was the person's tip. Like, that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I saw that. It was, yeah, you're literally working for your tip. If I saw that as a waiter or a waitress, I'd refuse to serve you. I'd probably throw water in your face, turn around, walk away, and then that would be it.
First off, that means your meal is what, $30?
$30, yeah.
So, like, where are you? What? Put that $5 away. What are you doing? But no, I mean, I think like, yeah, I think it's one of those where it's all about, like, I was at a place with a few friends at one point, and we got terrible service. Actually, our food was bad. Our food was cold. Drinks didn't get to us. All this other stuff. And we all looked at each other, and we all like are kind of the same mentality. We're like, we typically want to tip well. We're like, all right, let's all just tip. We tip 10%, right? And that was like our way of being like, this was bad service. So I just think if you have the means, I think 18 is like appropriate. And then if you want to go that extra 2%, 20 also makes it easy for math.
It does. So, but for me, I've already said this before, I have a tip calculator on my phone. I will break that out and use it. I don't care if the bill is $2.17.
Everybody does.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using my tip calculator. But all right, so that if I'm in a group with people, what I'm saying right now comes fully out if I'm with a group of people, because they don't know who individually everybody is who left this $1 tip. If my bill was $8 at the end of the day when the group split happens. So like I will bring it back, and I don't feel pressured whether I'm in a group. I would love to be out with a group 24/7 eating, as long as that group's under 6, because if you're over 6, you get hit with that automatic gratuity, and then it turns into the whole thing. Do I need to add a little extra? That waiter was pretty cool. Like, I feel bad that I didn't add a little extra tip, but the tip was already added in. You start playing that game. But yeah, I will fully go back to my original frugal self in tipping. But I just feel that when it comes to tipping, it shouldn't be on the diner to quote unquote pay the bill, pay the bills for a server. And I understand the service industry is tough. You run into hardball type of customers all the time who are just straight assholes, nitpicky about everything. And I get that. And it is tough. It's a tough industry, but also can be very rewarding if you're in the right setting. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I
don't think people are expecting you to pay their bills, or they're expecting you to like pay for they're expecting you to pay for being out and being in a nice place and like having a good time.
Yeah, but that's like if you're at like a Del Fresco's or something like that. But
ain't nobody know what that is. Ain't nobody going to Midtown. People don't know what that is on this podcast.
Everybody knows. All right, you go into Roost Chris Steakhouse or something like that. But I'm just talking about, do you go into Applebee's? Like, I've seen so many comments and I've seen stories like, you need to tip your waiters and waitresses appropriately because you are paying their salary, because their base salary, they make their living off of tips. That shouldn't be the case. Like, I don't understand why.
But that's asking you. So if you go into a restaurant and your meal is $20, it's asking you to pay $4 to $5 as a tip. Like, that's not that shouldn't be that hard if you're out to do that, right? If not, then you should go to McDonald's and get the dollar menu.
I mean, don't crap on the dollar menu. The dollar menu is awesome.
I'm not. I'm saying though, then your Friday night turn up shouldn't be at the Applebee's. It should be at McDonald's.
So you